Okay guys, welcome back again. It's still your boy the Legend FS Academy, and in today's video we will be looking at oil price. We'll be doing a top-down analysis on Brent oil, which is a UK crude oil export. We will be doing a top-down analysis on oil, what we're expecting next. Are we buying or are we selling? As you all know, no wasting of much time. Let's quickly dive into the full analysis. First and foremost, you know how we do it here. If you want to do analysis, we'll first go over to monthly to check if there's any candlestick pattern. But as you can see on monthly time frame here, we have this particular this particular bottom here, this particular let me say, let me clone this, let me bring this down here. We have this particular double bottom here, I mean to say, and this was the this was let me just leave it like that. This was a particular zone the market got to before the Iran and Israel and US war started, when oil rallied up. But before then, oil was coming down, as you can see, all the way from here. Oil was just bleeding down until we got to this particular zone here, and it gave us this particular formation here, this double bottom formation, and it rallied. And the moment oil rallied, this rally was caused by that during the war, and the market rallied without fulfilling technical principle. You know that fundamental and technical works together. You know that sometimes fundamental will come to enhance what technical has been building. Sometimes technical also will work with fundamental. Those two work together. You need to understand their differences and the way they work. So understanding those two will not help you, will enhance your analysis. When doing analysis, you will not just blindly be focusing on maybe only fundamental or technical. So on the fundamental side, we had this particular about two most candle that run up, this one and this one, that run up without fulfilling this zone, without testing this zone here. So now, after the war and after the negotiation back and forth, so we have this where the market started collapsing gradually. Let me quickly is either I clone this or I put it as a boss, so that it will, support and resistance is not just a mere line, is a zone. So I like to put my own very clean and neat. So now the market is coming back. You can see from the weekly perspective that this it also left a gap, because on that day when they announced the war, the market shoot up. It left a gap also, and the market never came back to retest this particular zone here. So after the shenanigans of USA, Iran, and Israel, then the market started to rebalance. The market needed to rebalance, because it will not be fair, it will not be just for us to just have a rallied up without pulling back. That has never been, it has never been the way the market move in the history of forex. If the market can only just be going up like this, very easy to predict, then everybody will make money. There must be a pullback, there must be a pullback, a retracement to balance the technical analysis, to make everything look simple and clean. So this is what we are expecting now. We will know that we already have this particular double top from the double bottom from the monthly perspective, and from the weekly also is confirming to us, yes, that the double bottom is also showing clearly. So what we do now, we keep our eyes on this particular double top. We want to keep our eyes on this particular zone here. Then also we want to keep our eyes on this particular zone here. These are the two zones we want to keep our eyes on. Should, in case if this particular, because this is now a resistance turn support. This particular zone now is a resistance turn support. We are looking for a change of trend here. We are looking for a change of trend, and nevertheless, it can happen. The market can fall below inside here $68 per barrel, or at least 69 or $70 per barrel. Any of this zone here will be a perfect zone for us to look for a long position. Remember, the market cannot just fall forever. The market will fall and the market will rise. So in the case of oil, I will be keeping my eyes patiently I'll be keeping my eyes waiting on this particular zone. On this particular zone where the market currently is now is where I will be keeping my eyes on. There are two things I will be looking here. Is either let me go over to daily. Let me go back to daily. Let me quickly do something on 4 hours. I want to show you something on 4 hours. You can see that zone on 4 hours. There are two things I will be looking here on 4 hours. Let me quickly do this. This zone here is where I'll be keeping my eyes on 4 hours. Yeah. Let me go back to daily again, and I just want to pinpoint that zone on the on 4 hours. So let me quickly go over to daily. You can see that daily is also aligning well with this particular space, this particular gap here. You see from here, the market has been pointing up, not until we have the Iran and US and Israel war before the market shoot up. Now the market is now back on this particular zone here. I am betting that oil will rise. No matter the bear, although we are still in a heavy bearish momentum, but as you know that nothing goes down forever, oil will definitely rise. And if oil fail to rise, that means we'll be looking at a 50 we'll be looking at a $58 per barrel. But currently for now, I'm keeping my eyes on this zone to see how oil is going to react on this particular resistance zone. If oil can give us something like this, break this particular zone here, this particular zone. Let's say as the market open, oil break this particular zone. Let's say oil is able to break this particular zone. This will be because normally what oil is doing now is what we call a flat formation. A flat formation in chart pattern. If oil successfully complete this particular pattern that is trying to form now and close above this particular zone, then we can now say that a flat formation has been completed. Then what we now look for is wave. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, A, B, C, D, and a reversal. For those who understand how wave work. So now we'll be waiting for oil to complete this formation on 4 hours, maybe surpass this particular zone, then break above it, then give us another pullback. This is where we can now start to trade. This is where we can now start to look for a possible buy option. But should in case if oil decline to do this particular scenario what we just painted now, if oil decline, because we are still in a heavy bearish move, we need a flip, we need a total confirmation. If oil decline, then we can now continue the momentum down to $58 per barrel, because if oil decline this particular zone and keep on shooting down, we are coming to $58 per barrel. That is where we are coming to. But should in case if this particular zone, this particular double, this is double W pattern, and the principle of W pattern. The principle states that whenever a breakout occurs, there must be a retest. But in the case of oil never retested this particular neckline here because of the war it shoot up and it never retest. So now oil is now back on this particular neckline now. Will this neckline hold? Because this is a resistance, initially a resistance that broke, and it's turn support. It's supposed to turn support. So we'll be keeping our eyes on this particular support zone now, which is the neckline of this particular W pattern. If it holds, best believe oil will rally to at least 109 per barrel. That is my prediction on oil. If this particular zone hold, you know that nothing is guaranteed in the financial market. We are just here as a trader to analyze what the market will do. We also have A, B, C, D. Like we have plan A, plan B. Should in case if this particular zone didn't work, we'll still come here and reanalyze again to know if oil is coming down to $58 per barrel. But if this particular oil is currently at $73 per barrel, if this particular zone hold that, but before then we'll be looking at chart pattern on daily and on 4 hours. Looking at chart pattern, you know that for this particular zone for you to buy, you have to wait for a lot of confirmation. You cannot just buy, you cannot just start buying, because you know that oil has been collapsing for a very long time, like for how many weeks now, like up to 2 months now. Oil has been collapsing. So for you not just start buying, you have to wait for a proper confirmation. And for now, we are still in a strong bearish move. We don't have that proper confirmation first. We have to wait for a clean chart pattern on a daily. And that is what we have to wait for a clean chart pattern on a daily, something like this. Something like this formation now. Let's say oil try to make another low, maybe now comes fail. something like this is what we'll be looking for, and this will be a complete a formation, a complete start of a formation. Once we're able to spot this particular pattern on this particular monthly neckline, then we will know that oil is about to rally. And where will be our target? Our target will be on this particular 101. It will be 101. But until then, we'll keep our eyes on oil to see what will happen. But if should in case we don't have something like this, that means oil is coming to $58 per barrel. But as for my technical analysis, I'm betting on oil to rally to 1012 per barrel. That is what I'm betting on oil, because I know that nothing lasts forever. Oil will not keep on falling forever. Oil will still shoot up, despite the fact that oil love collapsing. Oil will fall, oil will rise. So that has always been the way of trading. You buy, you sell, you buy, you sell. It will not continue in one direction forever. So that is just what I have. I just want to bring this to the notice of people who love trading oil, that this is what we're looking for on oil. From the monthly perspective, we'll see what we're looking for. So with that being said, we will remain your boy, the Legend FS Academy. I will come again within the week with another super educative content. Please do subscribe to my YouTube channel and give me a thumbs up if you like the way I teach, and also give me a dislike if you don't like the way I teach. But please tell me in the comment box below what to do to improve my next video. As you all know, nobody knows it all. I'm here to learn. You are here to learn. You learn from me, I learn from you, until we all attain the level which I call the CPT, consistent profitable trader. I know a lot of you guys are not there. Join me on the move and let's attend it together. For those that have been asking about my course, I currently do not have any course for now. But if you like the way I do, you like the way I trade, you like the way I use my trend line and everything, you can get the ebook that I bought how many years ago that helped me, shaped me to the better trader I am today. You click on the link of this video or in my bio somewhere here, you will get the access to the ebook. Get it and message me on Telegram. I'll also add you to the platform where we can analyze together, do live review, check everything together in the WhatsApp platform. Do well to get the book if you love the way I trade. And bye for now. We'll come your way again. Until then, always remember to keep it super, super simple. Bye.